Let me tell you the real reason you should buy solar now, not next year. Every single month you wait, you're investing in the power company instead of yourself. Your electric bill is rent. You're renting power from a company that can raise prices whenever they want. Solar isn't about panels, it's about power ownership. Imagine the next power outage hits, everyone's in the dark, you're still charging your EV, keeping your freezer cold, and living normally because you own your own power. The price of electricity is only going one direction. Solar locks your power costs forever. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the grid to get better because you know that's not going to happen. Independence never happens later. It starts the moment you decide to own your own power. Let's go ahead and welcome my co-host to the stream. What's going on, Adam and Eric?
Howdy, Rodney. Thanks for that fun little intro, man. That was different. Didn't know you were going to do that. Very cool.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go solar now.
What's been going on with you guys this week? Before we jump into all the slides, everybody, about this show and talk to everybody in the chat, we'll go ahead and see what's going on with Adam and Eric. Say hello to everybody, and then we'll go ahead and get started.
Go ahead, Adam.
Good evening, everybody, and thanks, Rodney, for hosting tonight. Say the past couple of days, I have been trying to see if I can connect my Starlink directly to my 48-volt battery bank.
Ooh, cool.
And well, I ran into a little issue.
Did you fry it?
I'm going to save that for the video.
Oh, no.
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah. Eric?
Oh, that's exciting. Speaking of going solar, guys, actually, if you didn't see it, dropped 2 videos today, one on East Texas Homestead, my primary channel, and one on Home Energy Independence, which is my solar channel, or energy channel, that is. And both of them were on basically getting some solar panels, which is kind of the first for me at this point. I've had some cheap old ones leaning up against fences and stuff like that, but this is an actual proper mount. So I'm excited about it. If you're looking for a really easy to install, actually, I saw someone else in the chat who was installing them as well. Solar mounting system. And the Integra rack mounts are super simple, assuming you have at least 2 people. Otherwise, it gets a little squirrely. But yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Also, I did it by myself.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be done. It can be done, but it's definitely easier with 2 people.
Oh yeah.
Still got a few more of those, and just it's been good, man. I've been enjoying this East Texas weather the last couple days.
That is awesome. And of course, Eric put out a few videos today. Everybody go check those out. I hadn't had a chance to watch them, but I did see the thumbnails, which looked awesome. So there is that.
Thank you.
Let's welcome everybody to the chat. Scat Original, Retro Z Machine, Randy, Stephanie, Richard B. Let's see. Color Maker, Uni. I'm going to miss 2000. I'm going to mess that one up like always. Daniel, let's see, got a lot of the same people talking back and forth. Mike, Mark, Jim, AGT Covert, let's see, Off-Grid Wannabe, R3. I'm probably, if what was that, Red Bull? I'm pretty sure.
I think that one's that's Red Bull.
Roy, let's see here.
Man, Rodney, when you weren't here last week, I think there were folks in the chat like an hour before the stream.
Yeah, that is crazy. Joe Smith, I saw people here 30 minutes before the stream for sure because I went on there and said hello. George, Evan, John, Montgomery, Mike Solar Garage, what's going on? DC Possum, Carrie, John H, Ken. Man, there must be a bunch of people in here. William, Bryce, oh, Logan. Let's see. And I think that may be everybody. Human PlayStation.
That's a new
I think
one.
that's one I haven't heard before.
Hmm.
But it looks like we got 47 people in the stream already. So hey, thank you for being here in the stream. And like always, we're gonna go ahead and jump into our topic for tonight. Then after we do the topic, of course, we'll do Q&As like we always do. Shouldn't take too long to get to the topic, but for anybody that's new to solar, this right here may help you out. So let's go ahead and get started on basically, why you should go solar now and not wait. Let's start with a simple question. Why now? Because every single month you wait, you're paying rent to the power company, like I talked about in the monologue at the beginning that I kind of read. Solar isn't just about saving a few bucks. It is awesome. But for me, it's about freedom, control, and the stability. So your family can just basically survive whatever is happening at that moment, that day, whether that be a natural disaster or just a grid problem, because we have too much power going other places besides residential homes. So, and I should have went to this slide first, but I forgot. But bam, let's go ahead and talk about one of the main reasons you should buy solar. The prices is going up. This is my electric company right here. As you can see, they sent out a social media post saying they're going to raise the rates in 2026 again. And you can read it right here. And bottom line is, since the end of 2021, my electric rates have went up 28% since 2021. It's only 2025, and the rates are going up again. They've went up several times, and it's just ridiculous. That's one of the reasons that I have solar. Yeah, it's freedom, but it's freedom from having to pay somebody rent all the time. Like I said, I'm not completely off grid. I still use some grid power because I use a ton of power here. But if I didn't, my electric bill would be $500, $600, maybe $700 a month. Who knows? It'd be just totally ridiculous. But as you can see, they say, we want to let you know about a possible rate increase in 2026. A possible rate increase?
Possible rate.
Come
They
on,
might do it, but
possible?
they probably won't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're just going to tell you this, but we're not going to raise it. Yeah, right. And they literally told us back, I think in 2021, during the first one, that they said this is temporary. It had something to do with COVID or something.
Ooh,
I'm like,
transitory.
There ain't no
probably.
such thing as a temporary price increase. Ask the grocery stores. Come on,
Yeah.
man. That is crazy. But hey, that is another reason why you should go solar. And basically, number two, you don't buy panels. You're buying freedom. Most people think solar is about the hardware, the panels, the wires, the batteries. But what you're really buying is freedom. Freedom is freedom from rate hikes, freedom from during storms, and the freedom to say, I make my own power. I mean, that is one of the greatest feelings in the world. I'm able to charge my car, go to work on power that I made about 99% of the time. I mean, how many people can say that? It's probably not a lot of people,
Yeah.
and from a system that I built myself. And if Adam and Eric want to jump in anytime, I know I'm kind of going through these slides and reading my stuff here.
No,
my
you're
notes.
good, man.
No,
But
keep
if
going.
y'all have some, yay, y'all are good to go. And if anybody's got any comments or questions, remember to put QQQ in the chat,
Well,
and we'll try to get into that as soon as we can.
I will say, you'd mentioned that having solar is, I don't remember how you phrased it, but, or freedom or power or whatever you said. Because when the power goes out, you're not like, you have full control
Yep.
over what happens on your property. And 99% of the people out there don't. Now, sure, most of us in this community are coming from some sort of a prepper mentality, something like that. So many of us have, even before solar was a thing, or at least on our radar, generators and stuff like that. And then there are a lot of people who are still putting in the whole home generators. Those are great when you need them, although you still pay full price when you're using them after you've already purchased the equipment. But they're never going to pay you. You will never get your money out of a whole home Generac. Right? It's just never going to happen. But what it is it's peace of mind, and it's freedom and power, or I guess it's not really freedom, but it's peace of mind. But the solar stuff, just real quick, a little bit more rambling here. I had a commenter talking about the build that I did over my buddy Mitch's house. And he's like, good luck paying it off in 20 years. And you're never going to, blah, 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 whatever. And I was like, dude, it'll be paid off way less than 10 years. And in the meantime, every time the power goes out, just nothing happens. So anyway, so yeah, just that's what I wanted to bring up. Solar is a different type of freedom over the generator. However, Rodney, do you have a generator?
Absolutely.
Adam, do you have a generator?
I have
Oh,
multiple
yeah.
generators.
Oh yeah, right,
Yep.
right. 2 is
But
1 is none.
if you got a
right?
generator and a battery bank, I mean, you can make it happen. I mean, you charge the battery bank back
Absolutely.
and run off the
Mhm.
battery bank, even if you
And-
don't have solar panels.
and
A
you
lot
don't
of
have to
people,
buy a massive generator.
yeah,
No.
and a lot of people are going to say, they can't put solar up in their neighborhood. I bet you can put some batteries in your garage and an inverter that nobody knows about,
That's
and then
right.
have a generator running and charge them batteries up when there's
That's
like
right.
a hurricane, a grid power outage, whatever. So hey, there's ways around stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. But let me jump back into the slide so we can finish and get to the comments and the questions. I'm not saying I don't want you guys to talk. I'm just saying I'm just getting back into the slide for the
Yeah.
second.
You literally
that's-
asked us to talk.
We can read between the lines.
The cost of waiting. Every power bill you pay, this is why I'm saying you need to do it as soon as possible. It could be a payment on your system. I
Mhm.
think somebody we know may have did it this way and thought about it this way. The wait and see
Mhm.
approach means you're throwing away hundreds of dollars every month forever. It's just like renting a house versus buying one. Waiting is the most expensive decision you can make because it could be $500 a month before. Like my parents' electric bill was $500, $600, $700 a month, and I'm like, hey, we need to put some solar in at least to get started. So we put some in, and it's saving them quite a bit of money. And it's still not near enough to cover all their stuff because they need a bigger battery bank, need more solar panels. But it put a large dent in their power usage, and and they're definitely enjoying it. So the sooner you do it, the better. If you can't do everything, you do what you can, and then over time you can build the thing up.
Mhm.
Time value of power. Let's see here. I can't remember what I put down for this. Oh, yeah. Electricity prices never go down like we were talking about before. Just find new ways to go up. Like I said, they're talking about a possible rate increase. There's no such thing as a possible rate increase when they're sending out social media posts. That doesn't mean they're getting you ready to slap you in the face. They're prepping you for it. They're letting you like tense up a little bit. Bottom line is when you go solar, your cost of kilowatt hour is locked for decades. Imagine your neighbor's bill doubling while yours stays the same for 25 years. I was talking to Eric before the stream. My electric bill, if it keeps going up at the same rate it's going up now, in 2032, it's going to be double what it was in 2021. And that's if it's at the same rate it's been for the last 4 years. It's probably not going to be the same rate. It's probably going to go up even faster. It will probably be before 2030, like from my estimates of what I think is going to happen, that my electric bill is going to be doubled. So if you don't want your electric bill to double, you may want to look into going solar and lock in that price right now per kilowatt hour. Eric, Adam, anything on that?
I mean, after I started talking, you asked me to. Then you told me to stop talking because you had slides.
Oh man, we got plenty of time.
Oh, one thing I do want to mention here at the beginning of the show ish. I don't know what we're 8 minutes in. Hey guys, we actually have a unified affiliate discount code and affiliate link for Signature Solar. And we'll probably start doing this for some of the other vendors as well, if possible. But I don't even know. I guess we'll stick it in chat. Adam, you got it available quick? I can probably try to find it too.
I can grab it
If
here.
you guys, yeah, if y'all are wanting to purchase anything from Signature Solar, maybe there's Black Friday or something like that, and you're like, man, I don't know if I want to use Eric's code or Rodney's code or Adam's code or Will's code. Don't use Will's code. Use one of ours. But or you can use whatever. You choose who you want. But
use
you
somebody.
don't have to choose. You don't have to choose between the three of us anyway. You can just use the Unplugged DIY Solar one. Adam just put it in chat there. That is our referral. And of course, the discount codes, it'll get you $50 off a $500 purchase or more. Those are going to change every quarter or whatever it is. But we'll get that in the chat as well.
Hey, and I
if
just
you want to use
forgot.
it today.
look at my solar panels with snow on it. We get snow here, people. That's why I put that
You
picture on there.
do.
That is my house.
That's a dusting.
Is that really?
Hey, I don't care. It's snow.
Dusting? Shoot, man, that's a winter wonderland.
Yeah, it's a winter wonderland for here. Oh man, I thought that was pretty funny, so that's why I put that one up there.
Nice.
All right, the ROI solar pays you back. So a lot of people want to know, solar is the only home upgrade that pays you. You get savings, tax credits, backup power, all while increasing your home's value. Every single year, solar pays you back a little more until it's all profit. So, and it's not just about, with your electric company, but just the peace of mind payback. I mean, you have peace of mind that if there's a power outage, your family is going to be able to relax and not going to have a problem with it, not going to have to change anything. To me, that was the biggest reason. It's not just the money. Part of the ROI is just, having a little more peace. So that's definitely one thing I like. Inflation proof energy. Look at Adam's array. Bam.
Man, I wish I had all that firewood right now.
Burn through it, huh?
That's right.
Everything's getting more expensive. Food, gas, insurance, power. Solar lets you freeze a cost in time. So you buy the solar now, your kilowatt hours is frozen. You're not going to be going up. Like I was talking about earlier, the rates are increasing every single year. Right now in the U.S., I think it's over 6% is the average rate of increase the last 4 years. The last 25 years before that, it was 2% a year. So people that say inflation is not a thing, it is. It is getting ridiculous. It is getting just
it's crazy.
unmanageable. And at some point, we're not going to be able to afford stuff that we think is normal. So right now, just do what you can to eliminate as many expenses as you can. And if you can buy solar for a set price right now, then in 10 years, you're going to be set. Basically, it's your personal hedge against inflation. So. Outages are increasing. Everybody knows this. Storms, heat waves, fires, outages are nothing new. The grid should be your backup, not your lifetime. So I have the grid. Why? Because I think it's an easy backup to have. And if I need more power, I can just use the grid. It's simple. It's relatively inexpensive, even though the rates are increasing. And, if you want to use a generator all the time, that's fine, but they're noisy and temporary. Solar with batteries is silent. And like I said before, if you just have batteries and an inverter in your garage, nobody's even going to know about it. The power goes out, you already got your batteries charged, or you got them at 75% or wherever you want to keep them at. And at least you can run for a while without having to start your generator up. And the power might be back on before you need to run your generator. And if you need to run a generator, you can run a small generator to charge your batteries back, but at the same time be running your house and not have a problem. So that's definitely a good place to start, in my opinion. And then let's see here. Ownership versus renting. Owning your own power is just like owning your own home. I talked about that before. You build equity every month instead of throwing money away. Renting means you're funding someone else's infrastructure forever. And someone else building big old large buildings to have their office in, like my local electric company. So, they got a big old nice multi-million-dollar building, but they keep increasing your rates. Ever since that building went up, I think it was 2021.
It would be a shame if the bills had to come out of someplace that didn't have marble floors. I don't think that'd be okay.
Yeah.
The whole front of this building is glass. You should see it. It's amazing looking building, but I'm like, that is ridiculous to put some people's offices in when they had the brick building that was fine the next town over. But anyway, don't.
They got to heat and cool it too. I mean, good grief.
Basically, buy once, expand anytime. That's what I talked about before. My parent system. This is basically where they started right here. You don't got to go all in from day one. I still rocking one battery over there because I haven't been able to get over there and add some batteries that I have to put on. But as soon as I get a chance, I'm gonna put those extra batteries on and just expand their system. Solar's modular. You can expand and future proof it, especially if you go now and you buy some of the hybrid inverters and stuff. You can add multiple inverters. The stuff is just awesome. All the options that you have now, it's easy to upgrade. Even if you're doing an off-grid system, you get something like the 12K behind me or something like that, and 12,000 XP. Those are awesome as well. Waiting costs more. We kind of talked about this before, but you know, prices aren't going to drop. I mean, the bill's just going to keep rising. Each delay means higher utility costs, higher shipping, possibly losing your tax credit window, which is closing very soon. Everybody knows that. If you want a solar tax credit, you need to go ahead by the end of the year and get that stuff purchased. And I think even installed, if I'm not wrong about that. Am I right about that? You got to have it installed?
It's got to be up and running.
It has to be operational.
Yeah.
Yep. It can be laid on the
There's
ground.
gray areas with
Yeah.
that, but as
Laid
long
up-
as it's running,
Lay the panels on the ground, get 4 panels hooked up, it's running. in
plug
my
your
opinion.
fridge into it or something. But
Yep.
if it's powering something,
Yep.
it's up and running.
Switch it on. Take a picture.
Oh, yeah. Your solar plan, now that you understand why, let's talk about how. Set your goals, measure your loads, choose your system type, and start. Steps 1 to 7 of a checklist. Basically, I got a checklist on the top of the chat that's going to basically tell you what you need to do. I got to find out if did I put the checklist in there? Okay, here's the checklist right here, actually. So basically, number 1 is define your goal. What's your goal? Is it to reduce your bill, backup power, full independence? You just need to put that on there, and you can write down in 1 sentence if you want to what your goal is. So before you try to build out your system, you kind of know what your plan is. Then you want to measure your energy uses. Number 2, can they see that, or should I make that bigger? They should be able to see it.
If you can
It's
make it
tough
bigger,
to
that'd
see,
be nice. I just dropped
Uh,
it in the chat again so people can get to it a little faster too.
And it's pinned to the top of the chat.
Okay.
Let me see here. I'm trying to make this bigger. All right, maybe that's a little better for
That's
y'all.
better.
To read. All right, and basically measure your energy usage. So you want to know your average daily kilowatt hours that you're using. So you can get that from a bill, or a lot of people have an app, and it's going to tell you your daily usage. And so you can write that down, and then try to figure out your critical loads. You can do this if you have the app and all the smart meters now, because they'll tell you what your loads are. And most homes now have smart meters because they just can put it on your house without even asking you. That's a whole nother story. But that guy just showed up in my yard. I'm like, who is this guy? And he changed my meter. I'm like, man, don't even ask. But anyway, it is pretty cool that I can see on the app now everything it's saying is using power. So that's another way you can say, hey, critical load is this or that. And whatever you decide is a critical load, you can see what that power usage is. Excuse me. Number 3, choose your system type. You want grid tied, hybrid, off grid. I'm going to just skim through this pretty quick. Choose your battery size. Rule of thumb, basically whatever your kilowatt hours is a day, you do that by 1.5, and that will give you a good amount to be able to kind of survive on. So most people aren't going to be able to do that because it's usually going to be a huge battery bank. But if you can afford it, that is what I would do. And then choose your inverter size, how many inverters you're going to need, what the model is going to be. Bam, you can do your research and put that in there. Size of solar array, basically whatever your kilowatt hours is that you use per day, you multiply that by 0.3, and that should tell you what your array size should be. Or you can just take and divide it by 5. That's another way, because 5 hours, if your total usage a day is 100 kilowatts, you divide that by 5. It's going to tell you usually going to get 5 hours of good sun a day in most places. Just check your local area, and you have to see what you're bringing in for solar. Someone like Adam that's getting snow and all that, and then shorter days. I have an idea for something to help people that are in the Northeast or the Midwest or wherever that have snow on their panels that I'm thinking about making a video on.
Flamethrower.
Not a flamethrower.
Did y'all see the flamethrower I used in my video today?
But basically something that's automated to remove snow from your panels. And it
14-year-old
would be super expensive, but yeah, that's a good one there.
That's always automatic.
Always automatic.
Well, it better be. If it's not, then there's other issues.
And then step 7, order and install. So you want to try to order everything together. That's the biggest thing with the order and install step. All the little stuff. You need to do your research. Talk. If you're ordering from Signature Solar, let's just say, they got a design team that will tell you everything you need, including your wiring. They'll measure out on your house and say, hey, this is how much wire you're going to need. They're basically going to tell you everything that you need. I got a bug flying around in here. I'm trying to hit. But basically, I'm going to tell you everything that you need. If you order once, you only got to pay for shipping once. And a lot of times, if you order a big order, they have free shipping at different times. So maybe you only have to pay for shipping. Bottom line is try to order everything at one time. Let's see if I can make this smaller again. Get this back to normal size. Is that the last one? And then your first solar system. Basically, I got another little sheet that you can look at and, basically have your goal on there, your loads, battery bank, everything that you want to buy. Basically, you can write it in there in the notes. So it's just another sheet for you to use if you would like.
Oops.
Let's jump into bam. Let's jump into the chat.
Well, before you do that, Rodney,
Yeah, go ahead.
I found an article that I've brought up in the past, and I think it might be worth showing based on some of the discussion tonight.
Oh,
So
you
I'm going
got
to
it.
switch back over
Back.
here,
All right.
and then see if I can share this article. So can you see that? Nope.
Let me add the scene. There you
Yeah,
go.
it's got to add to scene.
All right.
So
Whoop.
this was a
Oh,
article that I saw. It's based on data from 2023, but it kind of talks about a performance report of the grid. And what stood out, it came from based on Michigan information initially, but on average, it took in Michigan about 12 hours to restore power following an outage in 2023, over twice as long as any neighboring state. And so you can see in this chart, I don't know if you guys can zoom it in on the stream or not, or if I can make this. How's that? Is that any better?
A little bit. Hit Command plus a few times.
Everything's all large.
Okay.
That's kind of weird. I was hoping that it would make that bigger. Let's see here. How's that?
Yeah, we get
All right. So this was like days with major outage events. And you can see Michigan is just significantly further larger and has more outages than even the next state in the list. So I don't know if folks are interested in seeing any specific states or not, but I was kind of shocked to see that Michigan was so high.
North Carolina.
Yeah, where was
it
that?
at?
North Carolina, right
Right in the middle.
right there in the middle.
Yeah.
Texas is higher.
And they got their own grid. Come on, man.
But then further down, it showed kilowatt hour rates across the country. And again, these are 2023 numbers. Obviously, they're going to be higher already. But the darker the blue is, the higher the rate.
Mm-hmm.
And I see Michigan, 18 cents a kilowatt hour. A lot on the
California, man.
northeast coast were significantly higher. Rodney, you were only 13 cents.
No, 12.
Well, this is an average of across the whole state. So
But that's South Carolina. I'm in North Carolina.
Oh, yeah, wrong state. I've been out of school for a while. The geography. Where's Texas?
Oh, man.
But yeah,
That is
14
funny.
cents for Texas. I mean, good grief. But it was just very interesting to be able to see. So West Virginia had the highest cost per kilowatt hour, and or not West Virginia. This is a different graph. But it was just interesting to see how bad things are.
Yeah.
And, even looking at data from 2 years ago, compare that to what it is now, you can just see that jump in growth. So I'll actually take that article and just drop it into the chat for folks to look at if they're interested.
And I did have one more thing to share that I forgot. If you good with that, Adam?
Yeah, I'm all finished. Go ahead.
All right, let me go back here. Hopefully, it won't get me in trouble here. Let's see here. But you know, this could be our future as well.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, people, we always think things sound crazy until it happens. I
Hmm.
want you to think about the things that's going on around the world right now and in the United States, just everywhere in general, and the things the government bans or and 20 years ago you might have thought it was crazy. So that could happen. So I'd rather have it now than wait until they say, "Hey, you're not allowed to have it. It has to be like a you're not allowed to DIY anymore. You got to pay a company, and then you got to pay the electric company a fee every month to have the power." Do y'all think that's not coming? If enough people get any kind of
Hmm.
solar, I see that coming 100%. It may be
Well,
years from now, but I just see
think
that
of
happening.
the children. If we could save one child's life from some
Yeah,
crazy DIYer burning their
they're,
house down,
they're
it
gonna
would be
say
worth banning all of it.
they had to raise the rates because these people with all this money got their own solar, so we're gonna have to charge them a fee so we can help the people that's still on
It's
electric,
true.
so they don't have to pay as much. That sounds crazy, but that will 100% happen at some point
Yeah.
in our
Well,
lifetime.
I mean,
It will.
look at these power companies that when you have a grid tie agreement, they want to have complete control over your inverter
Hmm.
so that they can change things and control things. That's just crazy. I don't know why anybody would say, "Oh yeah, here, go ahead."
Yeah, please do. Well,
Yeah.
and one more thing on top of, or this the same vein, same thought process is that I guess it was in August, the US Department of Energy announced that by 2030, which feels like it's forever off, right? But that's
No.
coming up pretty quick. Says
Mhm.
we could see something in the ballpark of 800 hours of 800 hours of power outages per person, per household, per year, not per decade, 800 hours per year of outages. What? 800
Hey,
hours. What?
you know whose power won't
800
be going out?
divided by
These
24.
AI data centers.
33 days of
Their power
power
won't be going out.
outages. 33 days. Yeah, right?
What is Microsoft build? I think Microsoft is building something in North Carolina. If anybody knows what it is, I don't know if it's a data center or what, but I'm
I know
like,
they're talking about putting at least one here in Michigan.
it's supposed to be really big, but I'm like, that's probably gonna be a power hungry hog, whatever it is.
Yep. Yeah, brownouts. Yeah,
Yeah,
anytime you're near any of those things, your power's probably going to be fluctuating quite a bit.
I just don't see
Hmm.
if you have, let's just say you had the money, you know, to get solar DIY or whatever, and you got a family. I just don't get it. Like people, they can spend their money on whatever they want, but I guess I want to spend it so I can help my family out at least. At least
Hmm.
it'll make me feel better too. I mean, just knowing that at least I have some power. They won't have to be burning up in the summer or freezing in the winter if something crazy happens with the grid. And it happens because here in North Carolina, several years ago, somebody went and shot up a bunch of those big old transformer things, and people were out power for days,
Good
Hmm.
up the
grief.
road, not far in the county next to us or a couple counties over. And so, you just never know. People running into power poles and stuff like that, and your power goes out for a day. I mean, that stuff just happens. So, if you're thinking about it, you just need to do it. Just get started. Do the checklist, come up with a plan, and make it happen. Start wherever you can.
Such a fragile infrastructure.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Bam. All right, if you got any questions, QQQ down in the chat. I guess we'll go ahead and jump into some comments unless these guys got something they want to discuss before I do that. Let me go QQQ.
Nope, I'm good.
Let's see
Yep.
what we
Let's do it.
missed.
I'm sure there's been lots of comments based on the discussion. So,
All right, James says, did anyone finance their system contemplating finance versus bootstrap to get system up and running? Won't qualify for tax crap, so not worried about that.
I did.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. I looked at it and I said, I'm not freezing to death again. and I'm not going to watch all my animals die while my well stops
Ice,
running. And
ice apocalypse.
yeah, so we
Yeah.
just was like, forget that. And we just took out a big old loan and a little personal loan through our big old little personal loan through our bank, and just started buying stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was it worth
And
it?
yeah, 100%. Yep.
Well, and you can do the math. And I mean, I know for me, when I did it, we have a budgeted fixed amount for our utilities. And even though the rate fluctuates, and I know that some utility companies, they'll give you a fixed rate uh, if you pay for the year or whatever, but mine fluctuates. But I just had it in my own personal budget, a set dollar amount. And if I didn't reach that, I saved that money, that little excess. So I did the math based on, well, if I bought a system and I financed it, what would my cost be for that? And then since I'm reducing how much I would end up paying for my electric cost, all that extra cost would go on top of my monthly payments for my um, loan. And that helped me get that all taken care of and repaid even faster. So
Hmm.
you can see the savings multiple ways, because you're not shelling out so much money to the utility company, but you're also able to take some of that savings and dump it right back on top of that loan and get rid of that even faster.
Yeah, and even if you pay just a little bit out of your own pocket, and you take 3 years to build your system or whatever, like I built an addition onto my house. It took me
Mhm.
like between 3 and 4 years, I think. And I mean, we just did it as we could, like everybody was like, what is going on over there? Like, hey, I'm just paying for it out of pocket, man. Like, you just do what you can, do a little bit at a time.
Mm-hmm.
It took years, but now I got it, and it's there, and there ain't nothing else I got to pay for with it. It's just running. So,
You do
just
need
like
to
solar, you
do
can do the same thing.
you do need to do your own homework. Make sure that everything fits and it's right for you. Don't go out and get a loan just because 3 idiots on a live stream said that it
Yeah.
worked for
Oh
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so part of it that helped me for sure was the free nights, right? I could go
Mm,
through and I could just say, look, I know that I can buy these batteries, these inverters, and I can 100% offset everything that I'm going to be doing by just charging the batteries at night and using them during the day. So that was a little bit different. Um, However, panels are in some ways cheaper than batteries. So it's like,
Yeah.
you can, if I,
But
I don't even know, I never ran the numbers to do it the other way. I just knew I had the free nights plan. So let's do it this way.
yeah, but most people, they're using their power at night. Well, a lot of people, because a lot of people are going to be
Right.
working
Oh, that's
during the
true.
day.
Right.
So
yeah.
if you can't store that energy, unless you're selling
Right.
it back to your electric company at the same rate they'll give it to you for, which almost none of them are doing that now.
No.
They might give you 3 cents and they're charging you 15. So it's not really worth it. To me, batteries is the way to go. Of course, solar panels too, but it all depends on your situation. If you're at home every day and you use most of your power during the day, you just get more solar panels because they're cheaper. And then at night,
Right.
you just don't run all your big loads. You just run minimal stuff, your lights or whatever you need to. Take your showers during the day, run your laundry during the day, whatever the case may be, and
Right.
just get more panels. All right, let's jump into some more questions, I guess. We got 86 people in the stream, so hey, I want to thank everybody that is over here watching. And if you're getting anything out of this, hey, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, because hey, share it out as well. We're trying to get up to whatever it is, 500 subscribers, I think, so we can start doing maybe some different giveaways and some different membership plans and programs and stuff like that, and doing some after streams with those that want to be involved in that. But we can't do it till we get to 500 subscribers. So we know a lot of you guys are here every single week. Just make sure you're subscribed and sharing it out. Jumping into some more questions. Blaine, get Ed Lieberman with Upstart Power. They make the fuel cells to do an interview. Is that do y'all know who that is? I don't.
Mm-mm.
Off Grid Wannabe. these questions seem to come up really slow sometimes. The rate they say they charge usually is a scam. Take your bill and divide it by the kilowatt hour used. That is the real rate you pay. Yeah, because you're getting charged all these crazy
taxes,
fees. Like
fees.
I got a
Yeah.
$31 just because we're here feed, and then you get a like a state regulation fee or whatever. It's all kinds of crazy stuff on there. Mike Solar Garage, hey, what's going on? I have heard some power companies are demanding a minimum power charge per house. Not sure if there is truth to it. Thoughts? 100%. Some of them's asking behind closed doors for sure because they want as much money as they can get. That's the name of the game for them, to get every dollar out of you they can. And so if they're in a politician's pocket, they'll get it because, like I said, North Carolina, Duke Energy runs this state. It's been like that for a long time. Why? Because they got a lot of money, got a lot of power. So they can get politicians in there and they make the rules that are advantageous to them. I can barely talk. Let's see here. Engineers love change. Eric, your latest video has inspired me. How long are your tractor forks? I have a 42-inch. Hoping I don't have to purchase 48 for my tractor. Great videos. Thanks all.
Yeah, man, I'm glad that inspired you a bit. It was a fun build, despite all of the setbacks. But I think it turned out really fun. I don't know. I never actually measured them. I just looked at it and said, I'm like an inch short. So I'll have to go back and take a look.
And so I don't see any more questions. Maybe I missed some. Do y'all see any? That's the only ones I saw. If you got any questions, QQQ.
Yeah, I felt like there were a lot more.
I thought there was a lot more than that too. Like when I was just looking on the iPad, but when I pulled it up, that's all that came up. So if you got a question,
I did star some as well.
Oh.
Okay. Not questions, but just interesting things.
How do I get to that?
I don't remember.
There.
You go with like the little funnel thing and then hit the star.
Oh, the filter.
Yeah, hit the filter icon, click. You can hit star.
The funnel thing.
Okay. All right. We'll start doing some of them.
Oh, they have a not shown option in here too.
Logan, the grid is a time bomb waiting to happen. Exactly. I mean, people don't realize. Look, do people realize that 3 of the large, whatever they're called, substations, transformers, whatever they're called, the big ones, if 3 of those in a particular area go down, it could take the entire grid down, which is crazy. But they all depend on each other. It's all interconnected. And so there are like 3 grids, I think, in the United States, like Texas, East Coast, West Coast, whatever. But they're all still tied in together. And if enough go down, they're going to take it all down. Because if you're pulling too much power from one plant, it's going to make the hertz decrease, and it's going to automatically go offline. And when that one goes offline, it's going to start pulling from another plant, and it's going to make that one go offline, and that one. It's going to be a domino effect. People have no idea how fragile our stuff is because the infrastructure's not there to kind of, separate that stuff when it's happening because we just haven't put the money in it. The government can probably put like $100 million. I don't know what it is at this point. Let's just say $100 million into it and fix it. But they never have because, their priorities are somewhere else.
Oh, we had a Northeast Coast blackout. Was it back in 2003?
Yeah.
Where one of those stations went out, and everything
drug everybody down
in Northeast went, and it was all because of some like software patch. I think.
Yeah.
Somebody screwed up on a software patch, and it took the whole thing down.
And you need to go watch. Oh my goodness, what is the guy's channel? But basically, he does a lot of. It's like an engineer or something. He does a lot of engineering videos, and he talks about the grid and the black start. Like what it takes to start a plant back up.
Oh yeah.
You have to have power to start that plant back up. So let's say they're all down. Then how do you start it back? There are generators, but I don't even know if some of these plants can start back up off a generator. Some of the small ones maybe. I don't know all the details, but it is super scary.
It take weeks.
When you look into it and you do your research. You're like, I don't even want to know this. This is so bad. But anyway, that's why you have your own system.
Yep.
William Bryce says Generac will never pay and never last. Oh man. Look, let's talk about them generators real quick. I accidentally brought up another one, but some people I know I work with went and got these like home backup standby propane and natural gas whatever generators, and then when they needed them, they didn't work because they sit
Oh,
there all the
no.
time and they don't run.
Yeah.
And then when the power went out, the thing didn't run, and it's supposed to start up for like I guess a few minutes every month or something like that. But then
15 minutes a month.
yeah, I guess it started up and it didn't run long and it went down. You know, it's like,
Mm.
can you trust something that sits there all the time? A lot of equipment doesn't like to sit all the time. If it does, it's not going to work. So,
Well, I
Mm.
mean, with those things too, you gotta keep in mind you have the upfront cost of putting the unit in and the install, which I'll give you that you've got upfront costs when you do the solar stuff as well, putting it in, installing it.
Sure.
But with those standby generators, you've got maintenance. You've got to constantly replace the 12-volt battery in there. You've got to constantly replace the oil in there. Plus,
yep.
it requires a fuel source that you're going to be
Mhm.
continually paying for. Where solar, sun shining, you're charging.
Yeah. And that's why people always ask are all your appliances electric? Absolutely, because I can make electricity. I can't make propane. I mean,
Mhm.
some people are going to say you can make gas for a generator. I understand you can make a little bit of gas. That's too much work. Solar, I'm just sitting here doing nothing, you know, besides looking at the sun and it's working. So that's what I'm going to roll with. Scott's Copters, happy. I'll be getting the 30% back on taxes too.
Mhm.
Bam.
Which ends December 31st, by the way.
Yeah, you got what, 7 weeks
So,
left?
Human PlayStation said unified affiliate. Oh, talking about
That's
us. I'm
right.
like, what? What's he talking about?
That's right.
Oh man, yep. Finally got us one. Off grid wannabe. I've had solar for 10 years, and yes, my bill has gone up from a couple hundred a year to 1,000. That is
This
crazy.
is crazy.
You live in Hawaii?
Human PlayStation. If they take away the credit, it's not in big business best interest. Give the man the finger and produce your own power. Look, I gotta read these before I put it up here now. Oh man, you starred this stuff like.
I thought it was a good comment.
I think I probably is, but YouTube might not like it. I don't know. You know how they are about everything. I mean, I like the comment, but I don't know if we should be reading it. Roy says, I have trackers. Snow never sticks. Well, that's one idea.
That'll do it.
Randy says, I have 62 kilowatts in batteries and working on adding 42 more.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. So, would that
Mhm.
get you completely
Congrats.
off grid at that point? Let us know that. And somebody else said, let's see. Oh, no, that was Randy again. Get her done. And I think some more comments came in. So let me unfilter this and put QQQ back in. And so you said we can filter out once it's not shown yet. Okay. Bam. Awesome. Uni says, spent the last 2 days setting up the Integra rack for my panels. They were on the ground, and I still have more to go. Well,
Nice.
Congratulations. Hey, I know how it is trying to get a project done. So when you get anything done, you should be happy with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know everybody thinks I don't work, but I'm at work all the time. and sometimes I am working. So, oh man. Oh, did somebody hit that? I need to set up 6 panels and then I should be good, but did pretty well today. Made 45 kilowatt hours. That is pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
Got to get the wins. Now, y'all go ahead and pull up some comments. I want to see what I made today real quick.
So
I've been averaging 6.6 kilowatt hours with my 4 little panels, but it's better than nothing.
I think Eric's 4 little panels is almost doing better than me. I got 12 kilowatt of solar, and Eric's 4 panels are doing better than me.
Oh man.
So we did have more questions come in. So Donnie said, anyone have 15 kilowatt electric heat? Good grief.
15 kilowatt electric heat.
You talking about the heat strips?
Oh yeah, like baseboard heat.
He said it's a monster. He knew that. Right now, he's got an 18 kilowatt inverter, 12 kilowatt of solar, and 48 kilowatt hour of battery looking at wood boiler with a heat exchanger.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would definitely go with the wood boiler with the heat exchanger. That's going to save you a lot. And if you get the hot water heat exchanger for that as well, that helps save a lot. And you have unlimited hot water during the wintertime.
Nice.
That's
Looks like we
pretty
got
cool.
89 people in the stream right now. Hey, we'd like to thank you for being here. Remember, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you hadn't liked the video and you're getting some kind of worth out of this, hey, go ahead and hit the like. Share it out to your friends or family that you think may need to see this, because everybody needs to start working on their own independence and freedom for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Roy wants to know, Rodney, what do you pay for power?
I think right now it might be about 12 cents. I think I'd have to look, but it was 8 cents in 2021. You know what I'm saying? So it's went way up, and I'm getting it's gonna raise again here in 2026 to something, we don't know what, but I'm guessing about 13 to 14 cent is my guess.
We'll have to do our new segment, Bill Reveal.
Yeah.
I know Michigan's already approved one electrical rate increase, and then within like a month or two, they already put in for the second one, trying to get another one in the same year.
Crazy.
$14.55. But how many kilowatt hours did I use?
Well, today I brought in about 100 kilowatts between my building and my house. My house, I'm pretty sure the battery got full. That's why it didn't pull in but 60 some.
I used 2,281 kilowatt hours, and 2,314 of those were free nights. So paid $14.
Oh yeah.
But that's going away at the end of the year. And someone I saw in the chat was saying that Texas got rid of it completely. There are still a couple. I believe Green Mountain still offers it. If y'all are if anyone's interested, honestly, it's not a bad deal. Like I said in the last stream, I need a kick in the pants to get this solar array built. So I'm not going to sign up for it. Probably a mistake. But
so I had
Green Mountain Energy, I believe it is.
Just over 10 kilowatt hours of production today. So pitiful.
Yeah. I mean, for where you live, the time of year, and all those trees,
it's not bad, but
yeah.
And is that just trees right now, or do you don't have any snow right now?
No snow yet. That's coming this weekend.
The snow would help though, right?
It's just short days and trees, right?
Yeah. No, the snow does help, because once you get that white blanket, I get a lot of reflective light. So that really does help with production. But when it's all brown and nasty and cloudy, you just don't get anything.
Yeah. So I don't know where we left off on the questions, but I'm gonna just jump into some more. Retro Z Machine substation for my area burnt down 20 years ago. Entire old part of the town was on 4-hour rotating blackouts. Oh my goodness.
Man.
That is terrible.
For how long?
And just what people don't realize, those substations, we don't make them here in the United States. I mean, nowhere. We don't have the parts to make them. We don't have the people that know how to make them. We don't make anything. I think maybe India and China or somewhere like that. I can't remember exactly where, but there's a couple places that make them. But it's all places that they could just cut us off tomorrow and, take out a couple of them, and we're, pretty much screwed, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, man. Let's see. Oh, I pulled up the wrong one. Let's see. DC Possum says, Rodney, what is the possibility of these data centers ran by the lizard people?
Rodney's not reading his questions again.
Yeah, y'all get me. Y'all are getting me. Yeah, that's what all these politicians are anyway. Let's see. I've lost my spot here. Did this one already get pulled up? Nope. Average Joe has a MEP military generator that's good for charging batteries on cloudy days. Good situation for generators. Yep, that is one way to go for sure. And just have a
Mhm.
big old generator. So that generator, I think is it a 5K? Is that what it
I
is?
think so.
Yeah, so it can put, a good clean 5 kilowatts into your batteries. As long
Mhm.
as you're not using more than that at a time, it's going to end up charging them back. So you just try to limit it while it's charging.
Mhm.
So Rodney,
Yep.
you can click that filter and go to not shown and then do QQQ on
That's what I
top of
had on
that,
there, but it's like something happened and it went crazy or something.
because it'll remove, once you show it, it'll remove it from the list.
All right. All right. Randy says, anyone use or seen Dokin Energy batteries? I think Gavin said he's got one on the way or something.
That sounds right.
Hmm.
I mean, I've seen Off Grid Garage, I thought has done some with those. Um, I might have gotten an email from them, but I don't remember.
52 Golf Papa. Been on solar since January 2019. Bam. That's what I'm
That's
talking about.
awesome.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's been going great for you. Human PlayStation. Come on, question. Anyone have experience with a doke? Oh, that's the same question, ain't it? So we already talked about that. So QQQ. Adam. This is for you, it looks like. What's your summer daily average production?
Let me see if I can find something and pull it up.
While he's pulling that up, we got 92 people in the stream. Hey, like to thank you for being here as always. If you want to know the information that we went over earlier in the stream, you can just go back and rewatch it. The first 30 minutes, we kind of went over the slides and the reasons why that you want to go solar and why you should do it now, in my opinion. And, we got a couple of checklists as well. I got that at the top of the chat pinned. Got a little checklist to help you decide what you're going to need. And then we have it linked up on our website as well. What is it? Unplugged.solar. Is that what it is? So go to unplugged.solar. Got a couple of checklists on there that you may want to use. Adam?
I think I've gotten anywhere from like 20 to 30 a day, as long as it's a nice day. Sometimes I think I've gotten close to 38. So, I mean, it's a drastic difference. But like I've said before, as soon as it hits October 1, where I live, the neighbors' trees mask a lot of the sun from hitting some of my panels. So I'm looking to add some more onto the barn roof to try to get me just a little bit more of unfiltered or unblocked solar. Any little bit will help. So,
And it looks like we had a couple of questions here. We got one that says, Blaine, what's the unplugged email? I just had it up there, the live. I'll go ahead and bring it up again, just so you know. Live at unplugged.solar is the email. So if you want to send us your system, and we can kind of go over it and review it at the beginning of the live stream, we like to do those. It can give people ideas, or if you need help with it, we can look at the pictures and say, hey, this is what I would do. You might want to think about this, something you didn't think about. So go ahead and send them to live at unplugged.solar.
say, plus it gives us ideas sometimes for what we could do.
Yeah, ideas are the best thing. It could give us ideas, could give other people in the chat ideas, and it's just fun. I mean, we all like solar. That is why we're here, and we like seeing other people's systems, because I do. So go ahead and send them to us. Bam. Uni, I forgot who said it, but whoever said putting your panels on the ground will make ants build under them was right. I found many large ant hills under mine. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
For
Is that
you, Eric?
Yes. So I did mention that, but also I believe Jim mentioned it as well. So yeah, I did that. I had some sitting right out here, and then I walked past it one day, and I just hear this pow, pow, pow. I'm like, what is going on? I wish I could make the noise with my mouth. I can't. But it was just arcing to the ground, just and the ants had crawled up into it, built a nest, and it grounded it out. It was bad.
And no video, huh?
No, no, no.
All right, Joe Smith. Have we invited Andy off grid as a guest? Off grid garage.
We haven't, because I think Retro Z Machine pointed out that around the time that we have this live stream, it's like
He's in Australia
9
or
or
somewhere?
10 in the morning in Australia,
Yeah.
right at the beginning of the workday.
But
So,
if
yeah.
anyone wants to reach out to him and say, dude, send an email, send us an email, live@unplugged.solar. And if anyone else wants to be a guest, we definitely will. We're booking guests out into the future. So we can't guarantee everyone on, but if you think you've got something interesting to talk about, let us know.
Live@unplugged.solar. The last question that I have that we haven't went over is the chicken coop solar helping? I guess this is for Adam. You inspired me to throw some panels on mine and above the shed. Thanks.
Yeah. I mean, that's really been giving me that little extra boost, especially now, because last year I was not even seeing 6 kilowatt hours of production. So those few times that the sun can peek through some of those trees and hit those panels, it does definitely help. And honestly, it's usually wasted space. You've got a chicken coop, you've got a shed. That's real estate right there that you can throw even some used panels on to try and get a little extra juice throughout the day.
And it looks like it's already 9 o'clock. Man, the time
Good
has
grief.
flown.
We're there.
Let's go ahead and go back to this real quick. So if you got anything for us, remember live@unplugged.solar. And let me go ahead and hide this for just a second. And you want to go to our website, like if you want to support us, now apparently we have an affiliate link for all three of us that we can share for the unplugged.solar stream. So just go to the website unplugged.solar and affiliate links will be in there, or at least the discount code. Use that discount code. What about the affiliate links? We got that in there too, or we will have it.
I don't think either of them are.
None of them's on there yet.
Say,
Okay,
unless
we're
Eric
gonna
put 'em on
Sorry,
there,
sorry.
they're
I
not
was
there
looking
yet.
over here. I saw
Okay,
Adam's
we're gonna-
mouth moving on this screen. I thought he was talking, but I couldn't hear him because it was delayed.
Okay, we're gonna update
Yeah.
that soon, so we will have it on there soon for y'all to go on there and get a discount if you want to
We'll
support
put it in
all
the
of us
description of this
together.
as well.
Yeah. And let me see here. Go ahead and close this out. So Adam and Eric, I'll let y'all go ahead and give me your closing thoughts on this whole topic and what you got coming up.
Cool. Well, I'll go first since Adam went first on the intro. Yeah. Whoa. Bump the mic. That's cool. Guys, thanks for watching. It was fun. And Adam and Rodney, thanks for being here as co-hosts, and Rodney for driving. That was cool. I enjoyed this, man. I like the little monologues you had planned out and all that stuff. That was good. Man, I've got this might be interesting to some. I have something coming tomorrow that may or may not come out real soon, but something is being delivered tomorrow that is going to change the nature of my well pump situation.
Possibly.
So,
Bum, bum,
Ooh,
bum.
yeah, allegedly, right?
Oh.
Yeah, where's that sound
Oh.
effect?
Oh man.
So it's supposed, something's coming, and I should have a there it is. I should have something in the works. It should be good. I really think this is going to solve the problems. I think thanks to all you guys that are always like in the comments, like offering solutions. This did come straight out of the comments section, which gave me some leverage to pull some strings and figure some stuff out. So I appreciate that. You guys rock. Y'all are awesome. And other things. Oh, just a real small one. Gotta get it out here. This will be coming up here in a minute. I got this sweet O light that I'm going to be doing a little review on the East Texas Homestead channel, just as a great EDC. I've been carrying this thing around with me, and it is now my favorite EDC flashlight. It's not even available yet, but it will be here soon. So that's going to be pretty cool. Check that out coming up. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But don't forget, Black Friday's coming up. Definitely be sure to use our affiliate links if you're going to be doing any shopping. That would help us out a ton. Without that, honestly, guys, if we can't do this as much fun as it is. We can't stick around if we can't support our families at the same time. So
yeah, and if you're using our affiliate code for this live stream, that'll also help us to be able to get sponsors in the future. And when we get
That's right.
sponsors, we can do giveaways and do a lot more fun stuff that
Yes.
it doesn't have to come out of our pocket. So
That's right.
definitely helps us out.
That's
Adam?
right.
Oh, Eric, are you done? Sorry.
Nope, that was it. That's it. Wrap it up.
Well, thanks for hosting again, Rodney. Like Eric said, folks, stuff's not getting any cheaper, and it's unfortunately it's inevitable that grid prices are going to go up, and more money of yours is just going to be, like Rodney said, almost wasted because you're renting your grid power. So,
Yep.
I mean, it really does make sense. Even if you're looking to, pick one appliance in your house and just get started there. Just take one thing off grid, and then you'll be able to see how it all works together, but an idea of how can you grow this to start taking more stuff off grid, and watch that electric bill just tick down little by little by little. You don't have to, go full bore. You don't have to take out a loan if you don't feel that it's right for you. One small step at a time, but take that step in the right direction to where you can control your energy and not be reliant on somebody else. Well, I won't rehash the little teaser that I had at the beginning of the video or of the live stream on, what I've got going on. I did see that Current Connected has their Black Friday deals already live on their website, and they're going to actually do them all month November. So $150 off $2,000 or more, and they've got another code for $400 off $4,000 or more. So you can take a look at their site.
And free shipping, right?
I think flat rate shipping on kits is what they've got.
Okay.
I don't think that they have the free shipping, but yeah, flat rate on their kits. And then, as always, they've got their discounts on their products if you create a website account. So what you see on the site normally is cheaper if you just create an account on their site. So take a look at all that stuff. If you're looking to, take that one step and try and take something off grid. So thanks, Rodney. Everybody have a great night.
And remember, if you want to go get some solar, we got a checklist. It's in the top of the chat or down in the description of the video if you're watching this on the replay. Basically, the first 30 minutes is going to be what you're really going to want to focus in on if you're very new to solar. It'll give you some of the reasons why you may want to go solar. And then we have a checklist about how to do it. And I'd like to thank, of course, my co-hosts, Adam and Eric, for helping me out all they do. And the closing line, before we go ahead and close this thing out, we definitely appreciate everybody being here. Right now, we got 89 people still in the chat. You guys are awesome. Y'all were here like 30 minutes before the stream, and I definitely appreciate it. Hopefully soon I'll be able to do some videos, and I've been working a ton lately. I've just been at work a lot, so I haven't had a lot of days off, so I'm trying to get projects done that aren't solar related, and maybe I'll just have to upload some of those videos. We'll just have to see what happens. But just remember, solar isn't just about panels and batteries. It's about taking control of your future. Start now, and next year you'll thank yourself for the decision you made tonight. See you guys later.